Safety and not actually throwing hands in this 2 versus 2 makes a little bit of sense. I do think that Senna versus Braum in particular actually a really good matchup. Senna's auto attack's not counting as a projectile, meaning that soul proc onto Fish 1.
We haven't seen too much of the junglers so far, but Xiaohao now ready to try and find an angle here. Remember, no flash Lucian, and the flash in from Perukia gets the hook, locks him down, and Xiaohao around the corner. This is just curtains for Lucian, but he's not going to go down without a fight. Picks up the first kill.
I guess, of how EDG would be able to take down a tank with this composition, and we might get to see how they take down a 5 versus 5, or at the very least a 4v4. As looks like LNG are posturing around these grubs. And Zika down on the bot side. He has got teleport.
Wants to come in, he can. And so far, EDG are going to take the ball, and LNG again not pulling the trigger. Similar to game number 1, they'll show up for the play, but just cannot seem to get
the amount of souls that you're going to get. That's another one onto OVO. So whether or not he can stand and T-pose like that in the face of LNG without punishment.
He doesn't quite land the hook, and the Trundle Killer will slowly advance. Dragon already completed. Now LNG a little bunched up. Actually, Engage comes in from Xiao. Hi Xiao, but they engage right back in there. The public execution from CDG separates them off. Angel with the first kill into OVO. Finally, Xiao Fang on the board, but they cannot get the Akali off this. Azir's back. Fishon with the barrier to keep himself topped up. Can do a little bit of damage. But EDG, they get the objective.
By this LNG roster, they're going to use that advantage to try to take this Rift Herald, but EDG again, teleports ready, heals ready, Storming Shadow coming up off cooldown.
All 10 members accumulating in the river. Herald done for Xiaofang, but he's taking a lot of punishment on the front line. Has to drop the shield down. Perukia over the wall, looks to lock them down. ZDZ with the first kill. In goes Angel. Now OVO fleeing. High Chow with the scoop back, keeps himself alive for now, but again, the solo laners from EDG are just inevitable. You put the wall up, they'll just leap right over it. And LNG are now trapped under this top lane tower. Fish One doing what he can. Arn poking and prodding. And EDG are just bottling them in this top lane.
Get the wave!
From the Nautilus. CDC doing what he can. Fish One desperately hugging the wall, but in comes Angel. Throws out the 5-point strike, and it's another kill for Akali. Now Zika, the last left alive, manages to scrape his way out. Arn reaching too far, and LNG's top laner
paying
again.
Dividends for the time being. But Perukia, once again, eyes on High Chow every single chance he gets, looking constantly at how time with this bot lane tier 1 turret. They do still have the Rift Herald as well, and that tier 1 turret in the mid lane isn't, you know...
Sadly, it will be at the cost of the Dragon.
Yeah, and I think this is a good play for LNG still, that taking turrets around the map, opening up the map as well. Actually, you know, looks pretty good for them at this stage. Might even be able to find it.
Now looking at second items coming in across the board. We've seen it almost entirely completed for EDG. Just Xiaohao left to get that one done on the Trundle. But LNG as well. We've already got the Rylai. He's got a Flicker Blade and even more crit for Fish One. So this Lucian is heading into a mid game and should be able to do a heck of a lot of damage. A big culling onto the right target could be game changing. OVO in fact drops the ultimate onto Perukia. This Nautilus, remember, not so tanky, has to flash away, and Xiaofang will secure it. In comes Zika from the side. ZDZ looking for an angle. Doesn't quite get stunned. Angel as well. Both the solo laners isolated, but Xiaofang forgotten about on the left flank and goes down to Arn. Now Xiaohao can run forward looking for OVO. A root comes in. ZDZ dives. High Chow with a shoot back, but cannot stop Angel. Fish One back to the tower. He needs to try and survive, but Angel says absolutely not. Takes him down without a second thought. The triple for Akali, and EDG run the fight again.
Masterclass from Angel on this Akali in game number 2. Saw the Azir and decided that this is the matchup that he wanted, and we can see why.
From Zika, I'm not sure what the angle is here, but maybe they have one. EDG looking to just pick up this objective. The Atakan so well managed in game 1. Looks like it's going to be the same in game 2, wasting no time fleeing back to the base.
Almost on the top side, Xiaofang just gets left like a lamb to the slaughter, and then the ensuing 4v4. About to cut back to life.
Oh my word, Xiaofang again back in there, but look at Angel. He's into the backside again. ZDZ following up as well. 2 more on the board for this Akali. I think we're at 10-0 right now, at least for this mid laner for EDG. There it is. No assists required. It's all kills. All currently just sitting with the bulk of EDG. No crazy flank position just yet. Fish One and High Chow have got to be terrified of this threat over the wall.
Waiting for Angel to see what his pop-off can do. No Shuriken flip, so there's not a way for him to get in just yet. On, though, in a bit of trouble.
That's the flash away, barely scraping away. Of course, the center being alive means he can heal up a little bit. The dragon forgotten by the wayside as Xiaofang looking for Angel to keep him out. He's being zoned decently right now. Perukia though with the hook. Out comes the slam.
In
Down
goes
goes
Akali.
the dragon and into the backline again. It's Angel. You cannot escape this man. ZDZ once again draws the target on Haichao's back. And it's the same formula every time, Rude.
But they'll be happy to take some gold back on the map. They'll take this bot lane tier 1, which feels a little bit... Everybody else has already fallen down. The power of the Scion may be good as a front line, but if it just gets ignored, what is it that LNG are to do?
Absolutely flawless by EDG, making such great use of their mobile solo laners, diving into that backline time and time again. LNG now trying desperately to pick up some bounties on the map, but ZDZ strolling down the river into a flank position, a double route from Arn. Angel surely just waiting for the chance to go in. He's been spotted. They have the Azir Sundisk as well that can delay this, but he's going to cut the wave for them. This just feels like, again, the tension building, and LNG trying to take this.
They're going to look for him now.
Can
he ult OVO?
Very isolated. Lovely follow-up by Zika and Fishon with the kill. There's something back for LNG now.
Go Baron. Honestly, this game is so difficult. As we get later, this is your best chance to get the Baron and also your best chance at trying to deny it. Stop Angel from getting in, steal away the Baron. Either of those are your win cons here, and it's still difficult.
Yeah, maybe Haichao can finally not get publicly executed in this play. They're already backing away. In comes the flag. Fishon, how is he so low already? Arn with the ultimate roofs the deal. Angel beautifully stasising through the Emperor's Divide and now annihilated on the backline as well. Takes out one, forces the flash from the second, dashes over for that one, and oh my word, EDG, it is just the same every single time. Even 4v5, Angel picks up the slack and does the work of both solo laners. Zika will get a last-ditch kill, but now the Baron's exposed.
Yeah, Perukia cursing his AD carry there a little bit because On decided to hit 4 auto attacks on the control ward, and this is the Akali performance that we love seeing.
Yeah, finally choosing to bet on himself right here into the backline again. Goes into the stun combination with a quick shroud. Will get him out of danger right there. Xiaofang heading for the hills, just delaying the inevitable. Angel picks up another Haichao, maybe looking to strip away those Medjai stacks, desperately reaching for a Sand Soldier auto, but there's just not enough space for it. On with the fire back, and the Sundisk is up, but it cannot stop the march of EDG. One by one again, LNG crumble, and Zika so many times in this series, in this year maybe, abandoned onto the bot side tower to be the last death for LNG. Another Baron push is coming into
the minions. Guys, kill the Scion. We need the minions, please. They do manage to find what is another 5-4-0, and I mean, EDG at this point are just having fun with their food. It's taken them a little bit longer than game number 1 did, but On is to 145 stacks 30 minutes into this game. Like, he's also attacking from the Howling Abyss. It's just not fair at this point to try and make LNG play this one out.
Yeah, with the level of stacking that they were doing from minute 1, forcing those early trades, playing the range so beautifully, and on now, it's paying dividends. You know, even with the build that static shivs, black cleavers, RFCs,
6+. And EDG probably looking to put the final nail in the coffin of this series.
Yeah, top lane tower falls. Gestural hook onto Zika, and the Culling comes out. Perukia not even that bothered anymore. Now with the Ocean Soul, even Nautilus is hard to take him down at this point. The waves crashing in. Angel always once again threatening from that mid lane. The Baron wears off though, and the wave can be cleared out without too much problem for LNG. They want to try and threaten. They could go for the Miracle Shuffle for a Pantheon stun. They're looking to try and isolate Angel. Of course, the Shroud comes down and simply walks away.
And he's got invisible.
Yeah, covering right here. Another knockup misses from Zika. Xiaofang doing what he can, but it's we're just you know, checking the watches. We're waiting. We've got buses to catch, everybody. So EDG,
Ocean Soul as well. I mean, this is probably just. Look at how far auto attack or On's auto attacks are reaching as well. Like, he's just constantly farming, constantly destroying the HP bars.
Yeah, triple in here comes down, hook in from Perukia trying to force the issue, and ult goes down onto Fish 1, but there's the damage going through. Angel on the back line, 2 turrets be damned, he's still going for the kill, so the Ocean Soul gets it with the swag stasis at the end. Completes the double, makes it a triple, maybe the quadra, but they're already dead. There's no targets left for him. And Angel in a playground in this game. Xiaofang watching outside the window as his own Nexus explodes, sadly. But EDG, we needed
let
them.
him kill the Pantheon.
There we go. Completed the ace. We needed EDG to